Good day everyone. Today on plant propagation techniques we're going to be looking at propagation by cuttings. Here we have the sweet potato vine. Now if you know one thing about me, I really love a sweet potato. Whether you put it in a soup, put it in a broth, if you just boil it and have it there with a nice plate of provision and saltfish, I love sweet potatoes. And with this vine here, I'd like to make a few more off of it. So I'm going to try and select the best of the two, right? The two of them relatively the same size, and you see one have a little bit of insect damage here. This one has a little bit less, but it leaves damage from, well, physical trauma, but it's not too much of a problem. So of these two, I will select this one here. I find it's adequately sized and we could make a good view off of it. So let's just start. I have my sharp knife here. I'm just gonna make a cut. And there we have our vine. This will be cut into about 4 pieces. But before I plant it, what I'm going to do is remove the leaves. The leaves wouldn't necessarily cause a problem, but I like to remove them to make sure the plant have the best chance of catching itself. One thing to notice, after a while these pieces here, they're gonna fall off, but that's not a problem. At the nodes is where it'll grow roots as well as grow new leaves. Right, so here we have the length of the vine. We're gonna cut this into 4 pieces. Here we have our 4 pieces, and before we plant them, what we're going to do is give them a small insecticidal treatment. This is basically, we're just going to spray them with a low concentration insecticide to kill any potential insect eggs or very small larvae that we can't see. So here we have the stems that we cut just now, and here we have our insecticide treatment. Making sure to wear gloves. We're gonna rest them down right here. Give them a spray. Let that set for a few minutes there, and then we're gonna plant them. The planting medium we're using here is just regular Pro Mix. No sand, no clay, nothing added to it, just Pro Mix in these containers here. They have been, I wouldn't say drenched, but they have been watered to give them a good bit of moisture, so when you plant them, the roots have a nice a nice moist environment to take a proper root in. So let's check back in a few minutes. leave these across. Well, we're gonna move these from here into our aquarium just to give them. A matter of fact, we would move them to our aquarium. Move them right on it there. Planting the potatoes in the field from experience, we just make sure the ground moist, and after we do the same treatment to them, we plant them in the ground directly. I would have put them in I would say, somewhat of a chamber, so there's the aquarium, but given that these are very hardy plants, I wouldn't need to do that. Just giving them a little bit extra water, and that's that there for the propagation technique, cutting. Just for a little bit of a comparison, the same thing was done for hibiscus cuttings. This was planted almost a week and a half ago, and here we can see nothing was done to it. It was just cut and stuck in a pro mix and gravel mixture. I always like to add gravelly sand to make sure I have proper drainage. One problem I run into is that my plants can become relatively waterlogged. And here we have the plants from the seedling production from a few weeks ago. These are the limes. Across here we have the peppers, and then here we have the sorrel.